G'day guys, another inflator video, another M12 video, another comparison video. What more could you want in one tight little package? Boop. 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 Today we are looking at the Milwaukee M12 compact inflator. In this part of the world the model number is the M12 BI-0, being that it is a bare tool. And Milwaukee, I don't know if you do it deliberately just to mislead people, but there's nothing written on this for the people that are unaware. People that buy tools all the time like us, we know these things, but there's nothing on here saying tool only, no batteries, no charger, okay? You haven't put it on any side of this tool. Hidden on the bottom, just there, it says no charger or batteries. I see and hear it all the time in comments. People who aren't familiar with these tools, they buy them, they don't know that it doesn't come with any form of power in it, and they get pissed off and they return them. You guys must get so many freaking returns because of that simple omission. We'll call it an omission. Maybe you want to do it to sell more chargers and batteries in the long run. Who knows? So as well as looking at this inflator, we are of course going to compare it to the Makita 12v inflator, which has been around for quite some time now, as has this, and we'll put them up against each other. We'll blow up my van tires with these, and we'll blow up some bike tires, and we'll just see who's quicker, who does it best, and of course who's got the best features. A lot of people take issue with this not having a trigger lock. I just use a cable tie or a zip tie depending on which part of the world you're in, and it does fine. The Makita looks to have a much more simplistic screen than the Milwaukee one, judging by the picture on the box. So let's have a look at the Milwaukee one, and we'll just have a look at the differences between these two tools, and then we'll see who can pump the hardest, the fastest. Now as you can see, they are very different shaped units. This one has far better storage, I can see already, for the lead on the back compared to this one where you just sort of wrap it around and just do that. There's not a lot to it. The hoses are of comparable length. The Makita one is slightly stiffer than the Milwaukee. They both come with onboard storage. They both have attachments for Schrader valves. They both have Presta valve parts and parts for generically blowing up things that need air. The biggest difference is that the Milwaukee has a screw-on Schrader valve attachment, whereas the Makita has this simple lock, which is good and quick, but maybe not quite as tight as this. After I've had a play, I'll tell you which one I prefer the most. At the moment, I like these ones, but we'll see. Milwaukee has some very soft rubber feet, and they're very squidgy widgy, and I don't think they'd last too long throwing them around on the concrete, but it will help stop vibrations. Not that that would really matter if you're outside blowing up a tire on the concrete. Makita's just got solid rubberized type TPE ones. Let's turn this on, see what it looks like. Backlit screen. Makita has an on button on the side, which then turns on the screen up the front. Backlit with blue. So this, the lowest this goes down to is 5 psi, and the highest should be, we're jumping up in 5 increments there. If I hold my finger on it, 120. This one's rated at 121. Oh, one extra pissy. So if you just push your finger on it like so, it will go down 1 psi at a time. Hold your finger on it and it'll drop 5 at a time. Does kPa, psi and bar, as according to this sticker that's over the front, which we will now remove. A battery indicator up the top here, which is nice, and a target. But as for the biggest difference, this one you have a push button to start it, this one you hold down a trigger. Lots of people hate that trigger. This one, I'm assuming, when I push that button, once it gets up to the PSI, it will automatically cut off. This one will cut off too, but you've got to hold your finger on it the whole damn time. The backlight is just turned off, but the main screen is still there. As soon as you touch it again, you get the backlight coming back on. Makita one does a similar thing. Screen is much more simple on the Makita. You set what you want, and it flashes like so, and then will vanish. And then you pull the trigger and it'll go up to that number. Whereas this one you have the target number set, and then you have the actual PSIs going into your tire or whatever. Makita one has a light on the front. This one does not appear to have any form of light. I'll now chuck a freshly charged battery on each of these and we'll go see which is quicker pumping up a bike tyre. Neither one of these tools has a deflate setting, which is a little bit disappointing, but the Makita one, if you just poke on the adapter without locking it on, it will deflate fairly nicely. With the Milwaukee, if you screw on the adapter halfway, then it sort of lets the air out, but much slower than the Makita. 3, 2, 1. The loser. So Milwaukee was the clear winner there, and we're still showing 4 bars on the battery, and the Makita also still showing 4 bars on the battery. Yikes. Both of the batteries just used were 2 amp hour batteries. If you want to tell me which battery you think I should have used, feel free, I'm not going to reply. The Makita one has a duty cycle of 5 minutes. 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off, printed on the side, whereas Milwaukee says 10 minutes on, 10 minutes off. They both, unfortunately, say this is a toy, not a tool. Both of them say household use only. Super disappointing. So we're now going to do van tyres. Who's going to win that competition? It's looking good at the moment for the red one. Right, the tyre is showing 0. We are ready to go. 3, 2, 1, go. So the Milwaukee was about 1:10 faster than the Makita. That's an absolute thrashing. How good will it do against the 18-volt Makita? Well, there you have it. What a smashing. It looks like Milwaukee is the way to go. So the Milwaukee M12 12-volt inflator beat both the Makita 12-volt and 18-volt with just a 2 amp hour battery as well. I don't really know what else to say about that, guys. I think it might be time to sell my Makita inflators and switch over to a Milwaukee. Who would have thought? I do like the speed of clipping on the Makita ones, although this is sort of a more secure fit, but if your threads are a little bit iffy, like some of the ones I was using, then it's a little bit harder to get on than the Makita. Apart from that, the Milwaukee smashes the Makita. Here's hoping it lasts as long in the long run. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, I'll see you on another one. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I do tons of reviews and comparisons, and some of them will be up there and down in the description. And if you want to know more about these, down in the description, and I'll see you later.